Hey, it's Dr. Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions. Sorry, I had a few bugs with the live stream, so I'm on a slightly different channel than I was, but I'm not sure if anyone's going to join us, but I thought I'd say hi and thank you to Dr. Lim for her awesome book. We're going to be talking about Breathe, Sleep, and Thrive today. If you don't have a copy of it, I would definitely recommend it. Now, Dr. Lim did message me on Instagram. She's not able to be here today. It's kind of an awkward time. I get it. Um, but she is excited and she's planning to watch the recap. However, I don't know if anyone's actually going to show up. So it's my first time doing a live on YouTube. I've done it on Facebook before. I thought I'd give it a try. I just have a short period of time. I do have an aligner webinar I'm doing very shortly after this. So I've got about 10 minutes or 15 minutes. If no one comes, I'll probably pop off earlier. But I just wanted to recommend this book. For me, it was really helpful just because I think the way it's written is really clear. Most of the content in the book I'd heard before in different lectures or YouTube videos, but it's almost like a resource for me if things I've heard, like for example, I'll give you a quote. Um, they're talking about based on this and other evidence, the American Academy of Pediatrics endorsed the guideline that children should be screened for mouth breathing, snoring, or gasping during sleep during their first year of life. I like that there are white paper journal links. There's actual support, literature support for almost everything she said. So for me, it's great because I'm like, okay, I've heard this before. I've read the literature, but where did I see that, right? So now I can go back to the very end and like the references are nuts. There's just pages upon pages and pages and 10, 15 pages of references. So I can go back and find that reference. If a patient was to ask me what the reference was or another doctor, I can find it. So that's the main reason I really like this. I also have given this to consumers, friends and family who have concerns about breathing because it is an easy read. I think for a doctor who has an airway background, you can whip this out in 2 hours easily. I took a lot of notes. Easy for me to find some of the resources and citations that I want, but I feel like I can also give this to parents if they have questions. And it's not so crazy expensive that it wouldn't like be affordable if I wanted to give this to a parent or a patient. If I had concerns, I feel like this would be an investment. I can't remember the price point exactly, but it wasn't in any more than 10, 12 US dollars on Amazon. I think even the Kindle was even cheaper. So definitely, I think you could use this in your practice. If I had a patient where I was really concerned and I felt like I wasn't getting through to the parents, I feel like I could give them a copy of this book and I would sleep better at night knowing that they had the information. If they chose not to go with my referral, to go to the ENT, to go to the OMT, orthodontics is not and I really, really like that she says that a lot of times you need to do those other referrals first before you can do orthodontics. And sometimes if you do TNA surgery and you don't do the orthodontics, or if you don't do the OMT to fix the habit, then the TNAs are going to grow back. And that I have definitely seen in practice. And I feel like parents don't understand that. Like, they're like, well, wait, she already had her tonsils out. She already had her adenoids out. Well, yeah, they can grow back if you don't fix the underlying habit. So it's really just a triangle, it's like ortho, OMT, or habits, and ENT all working together. And it's a matter of finding your village. I think you need to find your village. If you're a GP or general dentist or pediatric dentist and you don't do ortho, then you're in the middle, right? And those are your specialty partners. If you do the ortho, then you're a part of that. And you need to find your village, people who are going to be supportive. Because the problem is, I feel like a lot of us are undermining other people. Like, you will send them to an ENT and they'll be like, what are you talking about? What, and they'll completely throw you under the bus. It's definitely happened to me enough times where I didn't feel supported in what I found. Obviously, the more supporting information you can send with that referral, the better. So nowadays, if you do have a CBCT, which most dentists in the United States, I feel like have easy access to, less so maybe in Canada, less so maybe in Australia. But you can easily send that scan. I mean, of course, depends on the field of the scan, but of the airway, send it to a beam reader, send it to a 3DDX, send it to a Bertha, have it written up. Price point is $100 to $200 usually for that screening, have an assessment done, and they will actually say what they see in the CBCT. If you can send that information, yeah, sure, you could send a Ceph and Ceph numbers, but to be honest, most ENTs don't know how to read a Ceph. So if you can send that supportive information with the ENT to the referral, sometimes you have to send it to the primary care physician first. Then they're gonna be like, okay, this dentist took their time. They see something that's concerning. They're not just gonna brush off that patient and brush off that parent. So that's really kind of how I plan to use this book. I mean, you could even honestly, you could send this book to all your referring, pediatricians and ENTs if they don't have it. I feel like this would be a really nice gift that you could send with a handwritten note, maybe like some candies or something, and just say, hey, look, let's talk about this. Let's talk about how we can work together to make better airways in our mutual patients. So, anyways, no one popped on, so you guys just got to hear me talk. But I did want to thank Dr. Lim. She was really excited about this. So I wanted to do my best to talk about this book and recommend it. All right. Thanks so much.